The Philadelphia 76ers have forced a Game 7 back in Boston after the 106-93 Game 6 win over the Celtics. And here's the NBC crew, Carmelo Anthony, Tracy McGrady and Vince Carter reacting to that Game 6.
Tracy, how are you feeling now? I know at halftime
That's how we started.
you were extremely stressed because you didn't like the way the Celtics were playing.
And I still don't like the way they played in the second half.
Tell me why.
What I came at halftime
You did.
and said, JB need to stop fouling.
Yeah.
The first 30 seconds of the third quarter, foul. So they just don't look like they're in sync. I don't know what's going on over there. They don't look like a complete team to me. You know, JT seems like his calf is bothering him. The Celtics are in a world of trouble. I don't know if y'all feel it. I feel it that they're in a world of trouble. You have a Philly team that's extremely confident. They have figured out how they want to play against this Boston team. Defensively, they're locked in. They're being physical. And I don't know who this Boston team was on the floor tonight.
Well, you're showing the missed shots here. Listen, 29% from three, even free throws, hard to come by. Shot at 56% from the free throw line, 41% from the field. You guys were very clear, though. This team lives and dies by the three, and they depend on their shooting at all times. And what's that like B-side track that they have? They haven't really been able to find it, and it showed here. There was no answer if the shots weren't falling.
It's the same story. When they making them, they're incredible. When they not, they look like tonight. And then that was the story of tonight. They live and die by the three. And that's the story of the Boston Celtics. They don't give you any in-between game. And they do it sometimes. They get to their spots. But there's no way I'm going to let, Joel Embiid keep dropping back in the paint. He was dropping back to the dotted sometimes.
It almost felt like they were daring him to shoot it.
Yeah, it's like almost daring because they know that's not the system. They know that that's not the shot.
Yeah.
So you got to take the best shot at this point. You got to take the best shot.
What comes into play then? Analytics.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was all analytics right there. Because it doesn't make no sense. We are three guys that ran pick and roll. And if the big man is back,
Let's take the best shot.
you're going to take the best shot. And it's a wide open. That's a higher percentage shot. But they don't play like that.
Yeah. Game 7, Boston.
Talk to him.
Listen, outside of your locker room, there's not too many people who pick you guys to be in the Game 7 in Boston. What does that say about you guys as far as how do you guys lock in and get ready for this Game 7?
Man, I think it's easy for us. Obviously it's going to be a crazy environment. It's going to be hostile down there. But, Game 5 was crazy. Game 1 was crazy.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Game 2 was crazy. So we know what it is going into it. I'm sure it's going to be a little bit more amplified. But, again, it's win or go home.
Yeah.
And I like our chances, man. I know it ain't going to be easy, but, we've been playing well lately.
So when Melo says not a lot of people would have picked you guys to go to Boston in Game 7, I'm not going to say T-Mac was one of them. You see how he's hiding? You see how he doesn't want to look you in the eye right now, PG? I'm not saying he's one of them, but he might have been one of them.
And in my defense.
Go ahead, defend yourself.
I didn't know Joel Embiid was coming back.
Okay.
In my defense.
Hey, I do want to ask you this. You've been around. You walk into that locker room. What do you, the veteran, tell your guys about being prepared and getting prepared for Game 7?
Yeah.
Like, what do you say to them?
Yeah, just, man, don't get too high. Don't get too high on these games, man. It's, enjoy it, but, flush it out, get ready for the next one. It comes so fast. And you just got to be ready for, that next game. Yeah, it's going to be an adjustment. We can't expect them to miss shots that they missed. I thought they did miss some easy ones and some open ones. So, we can't be too high. Just kind of stay even keeled.
And hit first.
Stay mellow.
Hit first.
When in doubt.
Hit first. When in doubt.
T-Mac, I love how you try to...
Because I know where you're going. I know where you're going.
Bear sticking out.
I like that, man.
I feel like even when Joel came back, you were like, it's fine or whatever, but it's Boston. It's going to be Boston. But, okay, talk me through Game 7 then. All right, we've seen the adjustments. We've seen the counter punches. 76ers came out hard this time. Boston has to do what in Game 7?
Well, we've all said it. Boston is a team that shoots a lot of threes, and they live by it, or they die by it. I don't know what other adjustments they're going to make. You're not going to throw the ball inside to anyone. I just think they have to take those easy shots instead of trying to take 53s. Like, if you have a pull-up when they're in their drop coverage, take that shot. That's a high percentage shot.
You think that's the difference basically in the game?
I think that, I agree with you. They need makes. They need to see the ball go in. And, you said they don't have anything. I'm okay with giving Vooch the ball every now and then against Joel and see if he could. Yeah, I'm telling you. Every now and then you can't let Joel just sit there and roam the paint. That's been their problem. Yes, he's sitting back.
Oh, you're saying in the post?
Yeah.
Throw it to him in the post?
Yeah. I like to see what you get from Vooch. Like you said, at this point,
try.
It's game 7. You got to throw the kitchen sink out.
Well, make sure that's the first play of the game.
It's early in the game. That's it. You're testing the waters early in the game.
We're not doing that in the flow. That has to be the first play just to see what we're going to get out of it.
I want to see, because you cannot let a dominant player like Joel, just like they do with Joker, just have all his energy sitting back in drop coverage, knowing you're going to shoot a 3, and then come down on offense and beat you down.
Give me your counterpunch, Mel, if you're the Celtics.
Well, that's not the counterpunch. For one, the X's and O's goes out the window. Again, it's the same story. Can Boston make shots? And it comes down to them making shots. They're going to play the same way. They're going to make their adjustments that they need to make. But they're going to shoot the ball. And this is who they are. This is their identity. If they get clicking and they making those shots, it'll be a long night for Philly out there.
But my thing is, if those guys that your normal lineup, if those guys are not playing well, or a particular player is not shooting the ball well, try somebody on your bench. Somebody's over there that is salivating to get on that floor,
we thought
and they might
Pritchard
give
might
you
be
a
that
spark.
14 points off the bench.
Ron Harper Jr.?
And he came in. I like his defense. He shoots the ball well.
Well, listen, maybe it is going to be game 7.
Here we go. Let's welcome in CBS Sports HQ NBA analyst John Gonzalez and Noah Bono. And John, look, for the Philadelphia 76ers here, the difference, second and third quarter, they outscored the Celtics 62-40 in both of those quarters. For Joel Embiid, third game back from the emergency appendectomy, 19 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, 34 minutes. He's doing push-ups when he gets knocked down to the floor in the fourth quarter. What did you see out of the 76ers here, specifically in that third quarter where they pulled away?
Yeah, I mean, it played really well at both ends of the floor. And this is for people who aren't maybe as keen of observers of the Philadelphia 76ers in their history, especially against the Celtics, as maybe I am. I didn't anticipate this kind of effort. Once they win that game 5 in Boston, where they now have won 2 games on the road in Boston, that's set up for a classic Sixers faceplant, right? You go back to Philadelphia, you lose in front of your home crowd, everybody goes into the offseason and people call into the local radio and complain about the Sixers. For them to come out and not only answer the bell, but play all 4 quarters and play excellent in the second half and never take their foot off the gas. All 5 starters in double figures. You mentioned Joel Embiid playing 34 minutes. He's 21 days removed from an appendectomy. He's not only doing push-ups, he's diving for loose balls. I mean, the scar tissue hasn't healed yet. Maxey was excellent again, 30 points from him. Paul George, who has been much maligned. Last year, not a great year for him. This year, he's been good, but he was also suspended for 25 games for violating the substance abuse policy. He had an excellent game. Oubre goes for a double-double. Nick Nurse tightens up his rotation. This is a Sixers team that is unrecognizable to me, as are the Celtics, who I thought were going to sweep this series. This is I still think they're the favorites for game 7, but you got to wonder what's going on with Jason Tatum. And then that offense, when they don't have their shot falling, they're gettable. Tonight, just 29% from 3, they were gettable.
It's really concerning, too, when you're Boston and you come out and you really boat race Philadelphia in game 1, and then you play them in game 4 when Embiid gets back. And everybody kind of looks at it when they go up 3-1 as like, maybe they shouldn't have brought Embiid back. And now here we are, a game 7 coming up on Saturday. And really, when you look at what Philly's done, John's right. They look like a completely different team right now. They look like the connected, gelled group that at a couple moments in this year they showed flashes of. But Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, and Paul George have only played 38 total games together. Like last year, 15. This year was 23. And for them to come together and look this gelled and connected and almost a little vintage Paul George moment we might have had here. He had 23 points. He hit 5 3-pointers. The last time he scored 20-plus points in a playoff game was 2 years ago, Game 4, Round 1. He had 33 points when he was still with the Clippers. Like, Philly didn't make the playoffs in his first year last year. So it's been a little bit since we've seen Paul George on this stage. And I'll be the first to admit, I was completely wrong coming into this game. I really thought Philly, like John said, was going to kind of give us that classic stinker at home. And I talked earlier in the pregame show about how 4 of Joel Embiid's 7 losses in his playoff run have come at home in Philadelphia when facing elimination. He's gotten eliminated at home 4 of the 7 times in his career. And I thought this was similar to 2024 when they went down 3-1 to the New York Knicks. They